Just on today, I thought it was a really good team win. I thought it was a good football team that came to town here. A team that had a lot of playoff experience, leadership on their football team. And I thought it was overall a really good team win. And, it's not always going to be perfect. You got to give the other team some credit. But, I thought as a football team, we played well today and well enough to get a decisive win. I'll open it up for questions.
Sorry.
No, sorry.
Another 3 takeaways today. Is there any sense or any clear reason you sense for the tide turning there? 6 takeaways in 2 weeks now, and compared to what it was before.
I think we preached it really a lot this offseason, and I think our coaching staff has done a tremendous job. I think our players have done a tremendous job buying in. Not that we didn't do it a year ago or even the year before that, but again, it's buy-in. I think we made some acquisitions this offseason. We had some guys getting back. We've even been nicked up a little bit on that side of the ball this season, but we had enough depth this year. And so, I think it's a tribute to those guys in that locker room. They're working hard. I think you saw flashes of it this season, but kind of a little bit turned into those takeaways last week, and then we built on it this week.
A lot of talk about Eddie Jackson's ball skills from the time he was drafted, and obviously came to fruition today. What impressed you most about that performance?
Well, I think I think it's a record. I'm not sure there's been that many returns on defense for that length of yardage, but he's a tremendous young guy as well as a young player, and I think we saw it early on. We've got some good young players on both sides of the ball, and I think Eddie showed those things to the coaching staff and to his teammates early, and I think now y'all get to see it.
How much is some of those turnovers by your defensive backs breaking on the ball, like the one that Akumara tipped, the one that how much has that helped your turnovers?
Well, I think they see evidence on tape. They spend a lot of film study, and good things happen to people that run to the ball, and that's on both sides of the ball, really all 3 phases. And I think again it's buy-in. And those young men in there have bought in.
John, you ever won a game completing 4 passes?
I think I've seen a lot. I don't ever like to say I've seen it all, but something new will happen. But I think I've been part of those games. And again, this is a team game. Sometimes it's going to be one-sided in one way or the other. I've seen that before. But at the end of the day, you got smiley faces in there, and they all fought hard for that victory.
How much was that a reflection of the faith you had in your own defense to hold the lead the stake for them?
I think it's about execution. Really, I don't care what phase of the game it is, whether it was last week in the return game or the week before, on defense. It's about execution, and that's a very, very good defense that we played. I think you got to give them some credit too.
John, what went into the decision to kick the field goal at the end of the first half?
Well, I think when you look at it and you think you got the ball at the 1 yard line, you do something on first down, didn't work. You do something on second down, didn't work. You do something on third down, didn't work. What on earth makes you think something good's going to happen on fourth down? All right, I'll just make it simple for you. All right, we got the ball to start the third quarter. We knew that going in, and made it a 3-score game, getting 3 points versus 0.
John, what do you feel like you guys did effectively against Cam in the pocket?
Again, it was just the willingness of our guys to execute our pass rush plan, and that team gets paid in practices too, but it's about execution. And he's a big body; he's done it. I'm sure he was probably the leading rusher on their football team today because of that talent. But I thought all in all, our guys executed very well in our rush plan.
Anything about that rush plan you can share that you felt?
No, I prefer not to. I think we're on TV. Yeah.
Hakeem came off the field there late. What did he have? We didn't get that.
I think he was tired, but really, I don't really know, to be honest with you. He was jogged off fine.
John, you talked about consistency and stacking wins to get a second one in a row.
Yep.
What do you feel like it does for you in terms of momentum, in terms of the program overall?
I think it's a good thing. I mean, we've not arrived. I mean, we've won 2 in a row. I think they know how hard they worked 2 weeks ago. They know how hard they worked last week, and again, it's in their court, and I feel like we've got enough leadership in there that guys will make that happen as we prepare for New Orleans.
But you've also matched last year's win total. Is there a significance to that at all?
I don't know that that's really the benchmark for us, but to be honest.
What did you think of Danny Trevathan's game today, especially back now 2 games from the suspension, what he brought for your defense?
Danny and I go way back. I know what he's capable of. He's fought through a couple injuries in his career, both another place and here. But he's the right kind of guy. He's the right kind of people, kind of person you want representing us. And he's a good football player. He's just getting better and better.
What do you learn about Mitch today in general?
Well, I thought, he managed the game pretty well. I think, we weren't real sharp today, but again, give them credit. I think, and I'm not just saying Mitch, I'm just saying we as an offense. But again, I'd say, they had a little bit to do with that.
John, what has Eddie Goldman meant to your defense now that he's starting to play a lot? I mean, he had the injuries a year ago. He's been in the lineup consistently.
Yeah, he's a force. He's a big body. We saw that early. We missed him last year, for most of the season. I think, Jonathan Bullard, I think, has gotten better. Roy Robertson went down earlier in the game with a hamstring. He's a young guy that nobody really knew of that I've seen get better. And Eddie was a second-round pick that we think's a fine player, and now he's healthy and he's showing that.
When they go for it and on 4th down and plus territory, it's like 4th and 2 there on
Yep.
their side of the field. What do you see from your defense in that situation? You kind of got off the field last week in the overtime, same type of.
Yeah, I think we jumped off sides last week in a 4th and 4. That it was in crunch time. This time I think our defense. I think they were pretty good all day. I think they had a lot of big stops. Even right before the half. The time management thing of that to not get the kickoff I thought was big. But I think our defense was pretty outstanding all day today. I think he's been playing outstanding. It's good to have him back. As I mentioned last week, I think in one of our press conferences, is he, he's one of the few first rounders we have on our football team, and he missed all last season. So to get him healthy and he's pretty dialed in, playing good football.
Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you.
Hey, Eddie, how mindful were you of the fact that today is the 1-year anniversary of the broken leg you suffered?
I didn't even know that, to be honest. That's crazy. For real?
To the day?
Yeah.
Oh, man. That's crazy. I really didn't even know that. That's crazy.
I mean, obviously, to play a game like you did today, does it put into perspective what you have been through over the last 365 days? And if so, how does it make you feel? What stands out to you about the path?
I dealt with adversity before, and that's one thing that I can credit Alabama on. They help you fight through adversity, and I've been through a lot of stuff in my life, so that was just a little minor stepping stone. But, I came here. It's a great organization, great training staff, great teammates. So they did a great job of keeping me up and keeping me, keep going.
On the fumble along the sideline, some guys would have just dove on it. Are you taught to scoop and score there? And if not, what about your personality led you to think, I can take this?
Yeah, we actually taught if no one's around, then you can scoop and score the ball. And, that's a drill we go over in the secondary. But I seen no one was there, and I just, scooped, and all I seen was grass, so just kept running.
Second touchdown, Cam obviously has some size on you. What were you thinking there about? Were you thinking about going through him, or you needed to go around him, or?
Mostly just making a miss. He's a quarterback. It's like, when you're a punt return guy, they always tell you don't get tackled by the punter. When you're a DB and you catch interception, don't get tackled by the quarterback. So that's the same thing.
Eddie, what was your read on that play, and how did you see it develop as Prince kind of drove on the ball in front of you?
Just breaking on the ball. We knew if we could break on the ball, we were able to get some tips and overthrows. So that was something we really was on top of in the week of practice. And Prince made a great play. I owe it all to him, and I was just able to make something happen out there.
So if you notice, you're not the first player in NFL history to get two 75-yard returns on defense for touchdowns. 6th game only in the league. What does it mean to you to be in the record books like that?
Oh, man, it's a blessing, man. It's a blessing. I owe it all to God, man. And my teammates, the guys up front, they did a great job, putting pressure on the quarterback and, forcing mistakes on him. So I just owe it to God and my teammates.
As you're taking the second one back, is there anything in your head that goes, oh, my God, I'm doing it again?
Not really. Not at the time. You thinking just touchdown. You want to get in that end zone as much as possible, especially playing on the defensive side of the ball.
What has this defense shown in the last couple of weeks about how the team can build around it to win games?
Man, we just growing. You know, everyone's getting comfortable with each other. We're still a young defense. You know, a lot of new guys, a lot of new faces. So we still just got to keep getting comfortable and little things, you know, little tweaks that we need to fix in practice. But overall, man, it was a great team win. You know, everybody came out there and execute. You know, Benny had a saying, just laying one brick at a time, and we stuck with that, and that was just our momentum to keep going.
Eddie, what's the difference in a long return touchdown in Soldier Field in the NFL? You had a few of these in college. What was the difference between the SEC days and doing it here?
Man, it's you got faster guys on the opposite side of the ball. You know, you got big guys that can run. Really, in college, you know, the big guys, they just they just let you go. So I can say that.
Eddie, on the tip ball, there was still traffic around where you caught it. How aware were you of all the traffic there? How clear did you feel like your path to the ball was? And obviously, you were able to catch it at basically full speed.
I really just seen Prince make the play, then the ball just popped in the air. Like I said, we just break on the ball. You know, you look for them tips and overthrows. And I guess I want to say McPhee. I just seen some blue jerseys, and I knew they was my guys, so I was able to get it and, you know, go to the house with it.
With Adrian's interception last week, and Bryce had one, you had 2 takeaways. Now, what is this defensive backfield showing in terms of its ability to go get the ball? Because that had been such trouble for the first couple of games.
Yeah, that was something that, you know, we came in this year on our mind is getting more turnovers, especially in the secondary, forcing more turnovers. And we always knew, you know, that's whoever forces the first turnover, and then they're going to start rolling in. You know, Amos told me before the game, he was like, I told my dad he was going to get one today. So it happened. You know, that's just how it works. You know, we force one, and they just keep coming.
How much are they being set up by people breaking for the ball, like you're saying, tip balls, and one guy, you know, is tight on the receiver, and another guy gets it and goes?
It's team effort. You know, especially with that front seven. Like I said, our front seven, they always give a great push. You know, they intimidate quarterbacks. You know, so back in, we just got to keep our guys covered and break on the ball, and you're able to make plays.
Do you think they intimidated this quarterback today?
I feel like they intimidate everybody. You see those guys? You know what I mean? Hakeem, Danny, Fee, Leonard. You know, it's a lot of talent up there, man. And those guys just keep fighting. So,
Eddie, there were a lot of times where Cam stole the ball waiting for guys to come open. What do you feel like you guys did well in coverage today? What were you trying to take away from it?
just cover the receivers. You know, they had some deep ball threats on the offensive side. You know, they were one of the best offenses in the NFL. So.
In the back of our minds, we just kept swinging.
Did you ask Trevathan why he wasn't able to get in the end zone?
No, sir. No, sir. He was just trying to make a play. You know, we needed a turnover to finish it, and we was able to get one.
A little extra special to do it against an Auburn guy?
Yeah, they was actually joking with me about that earlier, but I never played against Cam. But he's a great quarterback. He's a guy I looked up to growing up. So.
Anything else?
Thank you.
Next question for Mitch, please.
How strange of a game was this? with your
Very strange. It was hard to get in the rhythm at first. Defense played outstanding, obviously, with the 2 touchdowns. Eddie Jackson, incredible. He's got a nose for the ball. You see those types of things in practice, and it's awesome to see translate to the game. Just got to be more consistent as an offense, help our defense out, put a couple scores together, a couple more third downs, keep them off the field. But yeah, it was hard to get in a rhythm because we really weren't on the field for much of the first half because they were driving the ball, and then the defense would score a touchdown for us. So it was kind of strange, but I mean, we'll take them how we could get them, and it was nice to come away with a W. And yeah, we just gotta be better as an offense, but it'll get better.
What did you take away from your own performance today?
Of my performance, I thought I played really poor. I just gotta be better overall. Did pretty good with the operation and stuff like that, but we gotta be better in the pass game to open up the run game. They were starting to stack the box. They do a good job in their blitzes and in their third down package. So we just gotta continue to be more balanced. And I'm gonna get better in practice this week. But yeah, I'm gonna have to watch the film too. But just the first feel, you're like, you didn't score as an offense. Defense carries you, so you kind of feel salty that you couldn't help out more than you did. So you always want to help out more, but you got to enjoy the win. So that's what we're gonna do.
You ever win a game where you completed 4 passes?
First time. So it feels good.
I think you only threw 7 passes today. Are you just chomping at the bit to do more, to throw more?
I mean, that's how it is. We're just finding ways to win games, but we had more pass plays called. I was just pulling them down and being conservative, taking sacks. But so I was just trying to play smart, protect the football, get out of here with a win. But yeah, we gotta get better in the pass game, and that comes on me. I'll be on the receivers and tight ends this week just to continue to try to perfect our timing and our routes and stuff. But most of it falls on me, so I gotta get better in the pass game.
Looked like a real good scramble. How disappointing was it when they took away the touchdown?
Disappointing, obviously, but I didn't get in, so it is what it is.
How would you describe what's happened with this team the last 3 weeks, since you started against the Vikings? You're 2-1, and it seems like there is a different vibe around here.
Yeah, I think people are excited to come out and play football. You just see the chemistry in the locker room continue to grow closer together. And guys just know we have a good chance to win every single week. So if everyone does their job, if we execute the game plan and come out here, stick together, and enjoy the game, that we could come out and win games like this against a very good Panthers team. So if we keep doing that, it'll be a lot of fun. You can feel the vibes. They're definitely different in the football building when we're winning. So we just need to keep that kind of stuff going.
Big pass to Tariq late first half. What'd you see there?
Yeah, we were working on that play this week. He had a nice double move on the corner, and Dion took the safety out, the safety out. So just as soon as that safety goes, Tariq beats his corner, and I just gave him a pass. If I could have let him in a little more, he could have walked into the end zone, but I just want to make sure I could get it to him so he could do the rest. But yeah, we just need to continue to get better in the play-action pass game because that's going to open up our run, and that's what we want to continue to get better at.
Anything else? All right, thanks, Mitch. Thanks, everybody.